Welcome to a brand new video. It's 2022, start of a brand new year, 1st of January, and it's been a while, been over a month since uploading the last video, but I fancied making a video today because I had a new idea for some videos, and hopefully you can leave a comment on this video and tell me if this is something you'd like to see. So the video I'm going to be doing today is I've got a 60-2 really quick game here on Al Marj using the Turner SMLE. So it's a 60-2 high KD game. It's not a 100 kill game because I want to save that for the special, more special games and more special videos rather. But basically what I'm going to be doing is I want to play the video in full. So rather than me cutting the gameplay down into a 10-minute or less highlights video of the 100 kill game, I want to talk through the game and help people understand map rotation and what the thinking is with how I've played this game and how I've got the 100 kills in this particular game and on this particular map. Because obviously I have played the game since the beta, being over 3 years now. I think it's maybe going towards 4 years now. So I played every single map to death. I know obviously I've made some spots videos which you can see as well, which I also use in every game to get high kills. But yeah, so that's the idea. Leave a comment, you know, if you 100% want to see me make longer videos with my 100 kill games, so you can understand how to rotate around the map, where to find the enemies, and not a pro player, but you know, a player who's very experienced, playing for multiple years, knows, you know, where all the players are going to be, things like that. But that's enough chatting. Let's get straight into it. So start the game here. I've driven straight into the middle of the map. This is 4 flags Al Marj, not 5 flags, so it's a very linear map because you haven't got C flag. That's down towards the right of me now. So all I'm doing now, or one thing you need to understand, is on each map there's multiple different power positions, if you like, where it's not so much called camping, which I know a lot of people will call it camping, but a power position more so is patrolling a certain area, like this house, this is smack bang in the middle of our 2 flags and the enemy's 2 flags. So this is where all the action's happening. You don't need to press forward. I'm using the Turner SMLE, so because I was trying to go for a 100 kill game at the time with this gun, so I didn't want to be pushing into SMGs and shotguns. So you kind of need to use this power position, hold it, and use your advantage of having you know, a long range weapon. So basically you're going to see me for the first few minutes just holding a power position here in the middle of the map, because you can see all the enemies coming from C flag and D flag, and that's all you really need. So that's what we're going to start off with, and as you can see, there's enemies everywhere. You can see, and this power position allows you to see the enemies pass through the whole of the map, so none of them are going to be able to get past you, or rather you can see every enemy get past you if you do see them. So all I'm doing now is just checking obviously the longer range bits out on the further end of the map, make sure they don't flank around the back of me, and obviously now we're going to push forward. We're losing B flag as well, as you can see, but that's no worry at the moment because the majority of the enemies are going to be in front of us.
We have secured enough objectives to control the fight.
And I expect another good thing as well about this being a high KD game is you can see how I stay alive for quite a long time. Obviously I'm sitting back, but make sure you're obviously always running to and from cover or using cover. Right, so we got D flag remaining now. Some of the thinking here was to push over towards staying in the middle again because you want to make sure no one's flanking you, but keeping a look more towards the left flank from where D flag is. And as you can see, there's plenty of enemies to take out still in the middle of the map. And as you can see again, I'm not being too aggressive using you need to know what weapon you're using and what the strengths are. So of course you don't want to push in here, and obviously you can see you don't need to. You can get plenty of kills without having to push in. So we're slowly pushing further up, going now towards their spawn flag, their spawn. Still not being too aggressive, but obviously you can see I'm getting a bit more involved here now because obviously the enemies we're close to their spawn, so they're all pushing out. As you can see, this will be important in a second, A flag is pretty much lost, and we're losing B flag as well, which means they have managed to break through and get back to our spawn. So that is something, as soon as we take their final flag now, or we get close to their final flag and we clear the enemies off, if you want to go for the majority, you might have 1 or 2 enemies left here now on D flag. You could choose to stay here at D flag and see if you can pick off those 1 or 2 enemies, but the majority of my team is pushing with me, and so you've got almost your full team pushing and fighting over 2 kills, which you most likely will not get. So if you want to go for the kills, you need to go where your team isn't, because otherwise you're always fighting over kills. So in this case here, you'll see in a second, using a nice spot here as well from you can see on the Armage spots video I made if you want to see that one. So as you can see in a second, I will push back towards A flag and B flag because, yeah, here we are, straight going back to A flag and B flag. Because all the enemies that are getting killed in this spawn now are going to be spawning on A flag and B flag, rather than spawning in this spawn and getting spawn trapped potentially, with the most of our team being there. So that's what you want to be looking out for, is what flags the enemies got, where the enemies are going to be spawning, and also where are your team, where's the majority of your team. So that's why you want to leave, even if there's a few enemies left there on D flag, and you've got your whole team there, you don't want to fight over the kills, you want to leave early, so you're the first one to arrive at A flag and B flag to get the enemies and kill the enemies who are coming back towards their spawn flag now. So the spawns haven't flipped, but obviously the flags which we are holding, they're holding the ones closest to our spawn now, and we're holding their ones. So we're now fighting in the opposite way, and you need to leave early to be the first one to engage them head on. There we are, we get our first death, and the jump there putting my aim off. So, second life now, and the flags are now in the same way as they were at the start of the game, and so we're going to hold this power position again for a little bit. Because we know exactly, well, as you could see from the start of the game, you know exactly that you don't need to push forward. If we were using an SMG here, or a shotgun, obviously you want to push forward. I would advise pushing through the left side here and using as much cover as you can and just picking off the enemies, because they're always sat behind the walls. But obviously I will do the commentary related to the gun that I'm using. So obviously again, we were holding that power position for a second and pushing through on the left. Always push through on the left on this side, which is where the majority of the enemies are. And you've got this height advantage here on the wall, so you can always, you know, you can see all the enemies down below you.
Our forces now control objective Charlie.
And as you can see, staying in the middle of the map is absolutely perfect, because you can see all the enemies from the right, from the left, and therefore staying in the middle maximizes the chances of seeing more enemies, and therefore potential to get more kills, which is what you want for the higher kill games. But that pretty much brings us to the end of the video, end of the game, so we'll just let this play out now for the last minute or so. But yeah, so make sure you leave a like and a comment if you do want to see me do more of these types of videos. Maybe in future I'll record my voice while playing the 100 kill game, so you can experience it as I'm playing it and what I'm thinking as I'm playing it, rather than looking back at it. Or maybe rather I'll rather than commentating while the video plays and trying to keep up with the video, I'll record separate parts to it. But this is just a practice example for the first one. But yeah, hopefully you liked it and enjoyed it. I could have probably got a bit more in here, but this was only a 60 kill game, not a 100 kill game. So yeah, please leave a like and a comment if you really do want to see this, because it'll take a bit longer to make. But I'm more than happy to do it if I know people would like to see how to do the map rotation and whatever. But Happy New Year to everyone, and let's make some more videos.
Gonna be a long night.